So let's talk about this NBA 100 list and all the kind of bullshit within it. Um, Obviously, it's like where to begin. Obviously, I think people have talked about this thing for the last week. Bleacher
I
Report.
was unaware this even happened. And you told me about it. Did you tell me what was it? Saturday or Sunday? You told me about this.
I think it was
I had no
yesterday.
idea what was even going
I
on.
think it was
So
Sunday. Sunday, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
All right. So let me get to the list you sent me. All right, I'm at it now.
yeah.
So if anything comes over the stream, let me know. Because I have it minimized right now on my phone. All right. So where do you? All right. You tell me where you want to start. So the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, so fuck, like you can just go. So like,
Do we need to do like a what do you call it? A primer for people that aren't aware of this.
yes,
Right. So from what I could tell, this is Bleacher Report's list of the 100 greatest basketball players of all time. Now, every year, places like ESPN.com, places have lists like this. If I remember correctly, didn't David Aldridge and someone else make a book that you bought last year
yep,
that was similar to this? Yeah. But this is by Bleacher Report from their staff, and they basically got different staffers together. They made their list. They tabulated the numbers, whatever else, and they came up with like median ranking or whatever numbers spit out their ranking order or whatever else. And then people obviously were upset at certain topics because these list hours are meant to generate conversation slash show people and get attention for clicks. So every time you make a list, any publication, there's no right answer for any of this, and people are always gonna be mad because people always think you're not taking account for people are always gonna fight for their favorites with these lists. So whenever it's top albums of all time for Rolling Stone, and or lists like this, you're always gonna be, even if there's something more easily to judge objectively compared to music, you're always gonna have people. You're always gonna make this list generate people being mad at you. These lists are always for people to get mad. So that being said, we're gonna talk about how this list made us mad.
yep.
So here we go. Rich, you start this off because you brought this to my attention, and when I saw it, you told me what brought you attention, I was like, you know what, you're right. I know sometimes you be trying to float things and be like, James, am I tripping? No, you're right. Go.
Kobe
This
Bryant
is
is
nonsense.
being number 11 is an outright tragic, disgusting demonstration of hate, of just absolutely disgusting. There's no way to generate this. There's no way to come out here and say, yeah, I think they did a good job with this. One, they're trying to troll. All right, slash size in the correct ring. We will silence your ass tonight. I have the mic, sir. So, I just, I saw that they fucked this up so much, James. They had to come out with a second article that says why Kobe Bryant isn't a top 10 player in BR's all-time NBA rankings, and then they proceeded to start judging Kobe Bryant on all types of may or may not criteria, or ridiculous shit where it came out that someone ranked him as low as 18 on their list. I want that person's home address and social security number and put it on a timeline, and we need to communicate. Not me,
Well,
just those like
I,
me. But
I think the thing for me that obviously, um, we all in our minds have our I'm not necessarily setting concrete for these people are absolutely this number or this or whatever else, but like I'm aware of where people in their general standing belong based off all the other lists I've seen from different places, right? And also my beliefs on how I saw this player, I know how good they were, or I have my bias. I'm a human, but I can put my bias aside and be like, I know where person X, Y, or Z belongs as far as the stratosphere, right? Um, there is no argument you can make from accolades to what you saw with your own two eyes to come up with an idea that Kobe Bryant was not one of the 10 greatest basketball players of all time. Now, if you want to argue that if you're one of those people that think he's one of the top three, compared to 11, I'd rather him be 3 than 11. In the top 3 than outside the top 10. I think that's more that's more wrong, him being outside the top 10 than being in the top 3.
I think this has radicalized me to like be like, because there were other people I'd be like, whatever. Like I just wouldn't even think about it. But then I'm like, hold up, let's lift the hood up on some of these folks, like because it keeps coming back with Kobe Bryant being judged in a way that nobody else is.
But the judgment is, hey, when you were 18 through 24, you played with Shaquille O'Neal.
It'd be like you weren't better than Shaquille. Like every single person above them would have been either the same role.
At that age.
Absolutely.
Who's why I said it like that. From age 18 through 24, you were teammates with Shaquille O'Neal, and therefore we penalize you, but never give you credit for being a 1B to Shaquille O'Neal's 1A on the Rock to 3 championships, and then after the part where you were flat out better as a basketball player after 24 through 27, where you were averaging 35 in one season. He never got in that era where like the scoring pace was super low. People weren't shooting threes
with no help, no spacing.
With no spacing because he jettisoned Shaq out of there and he had bad teammates, and he was so fucking good that me as a fan at the time was upset that Kobe threw that away, the Shaq and Kobe teammate pairing that I love so much. I was mad at Kobe for a long time. But by the time you get to 2006, he was so fucking awesome. He outplayed the criticism.
Like he had to throw it away because he predicted what they would judge him on in real time and outplayed it, and they still fucking did it anyway.
All right, but I'm not. That's also looking in retrospect from players around him in the league at the time. I'm just a fan watching. I'm just a fan that grew up idolizing these two and being upset that they broke up my favorite pairing at the time. My favorite NBA pairing of all time at that time, right? Or still. And being like, okay, so he threw away like the team, he threw away the pairing that I enjoyed the most watching ever. And he outplayed it. So it's like the part where he doesn't get enough credit. He never got enough credit for being that good during the dynasty. He never got enough credit for he blew it up, but he may be the best fucking basketball player in the world post that happening. And then like it was almost like he won the 2 titles and people were like, you know what? We made him eat shit for 8 years. So now 09 and 010 we'll finally give him the attaboy pat on the back. And now that we're past like the part where we made him eat shit for those 8 years from 2000, or from like 99 or 2000 to 2008 to he wins 2 titles. People will finally validate him and be like, you know what? He overcame a lot of shit y'all gave him. Like people are now, in retrospect, going back now that it's been 15 years past this, we're going back to it's 2007, 2005, and it's like, wait,
what happened?
That's not how narratives work. That's not how narratives work. Of you build people up and you break them down or whatever else, and then in order to build them back up. Now we're breaking it down. And he's fucking dead. What?
It's like all they had to do was give this guy a person at the time who was a one-time All-Star, and he promptly whooped the Western Conference, the toughest Western Conference of all time, whooped their ass for 3 consecutive years with the 3 straight finals, won 2 belts with them. Nobody else on this list has played with less than he did doing that shit. 50-win teams in the first round, like beat more 50-win teams ever. 70% of the playoff teams he ever played won 50 games in the West. Like, I don't know, man. Like Magic and Kareem play together in harmony their entire careers with James Worthy, with all these people in an inferior conference. Yeah, it's all good. We ain't never gonna talk about it. Tim Duncan gets drafted with David Robinson and then rolls up and plays with at least 3 other Hall of Famers on his way to those championships, not always being the best player on the team. Are we ever talking about it? Never. We're never bringing that up. I saw both of them in real time. Kobe Bryant used to regularly bend Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs over his knee from the time he was 22 years old up until 2008. 5 times they played in the playoffs. Kobe won 4 of those matchups against Tim Duncan. What are we doing? We know statistically he doesn't measure up. And also, defense never matters when it comes to Kobe Bryant, ever, because we don't ever try to relitigate anybody else's all defensive teams, anybody else's, accomplishments in that area. But yet, if defense is half of the game, we are doing things like putting Steph Curry above Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I like this is an insult, and this is like, I don't know, man. Larry Bird, should we do him next? Like we was talking about, he was scoring 13 points a game in NBA Finals series and stuff like that, uninjured.
Are you talking about 81?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, like
who won Finals MVP that year? Was it Nate Archibald?
Cedric Maxwell.
Okay, that's right.
So
Nate Archibald was on that team, right?
I believe he was. Yep.
Okay.
As an old man. But right. Every single person is ranked in front of him. Like, I'm sorry, Bill Russell's not better than Kobe Bryant. Like, I don't like he didn't score 20 points a game in the 1960s, and he had 10 Hall of Fame teammates. What the fuck are we doing?
So for me, right, like, and that's the thing that when it comes to before my time, different era, comparing eras is very hard. It obviously is. So what you look for is, how do these people stand out compared to the era they played in? And like, so I can respect, Larry Bird was better than Magic Johnson for like the 12 years they played until his back went out. For the most part, most people would agree he was a better player. So I'm okay with Bird 9-year run, like putting him next to Magic, but Magic basically had 12 years of excellence. So I'm okay with them being paired together and put next to each other. The same way people like kind of like handcuff like Jerry West and Oscar Robertson, people, and also like people like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, where it's like these people were contemporaries and it's so close that like you can pick whoever you want. Now, when some of these is like, if you pick the one that I'm not picking, I'm gonna look at you like I'm not gonna have much of an opinion for your basketball opinion, right? But I can respect it based off of accolades, whatever else, across in whatever particular era. So the problem for me is, I can recognize that Kobe Bryant was more athletically gifted, was more skilled than Magic Johnson or Larry Bird on both sides of the ball. I can respect that you're putting Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in front of them because at worst, you're always going to get in the playoffs with either one of them. And then the bottom is the dam breaks where Kobe blows it up, so you miss the playoffs 1 year. So you're just like, all right, whatever. But there's also the context of the times have changed, and like the way we optimize teams and like parity in the league is like there now, right? We're like, you go and you can see where historically Bill Russell won 11 titles in 13 years. Then Kareem is the next best player after that, if you will. He wins 6 titles. Then the next best player after that is Magic Johnson. He wins 5, with Larry Bird winning 3 in that era, right? Then the league gets expansion teams in it, and then Jordan wins 6 and 8 years. And then Jordan retires, and then you have Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaq together in the league at the same time, and Kobe and Duncan both win 5. And then you move on, and like LeBron and Steph Curry win 4. You get what I'm saying? Like the way we've optimized these teams and with the way that we've done salary cap restrictions and whatever else, the amount of winning people are going to do is going to get lesser and lesser. Like Jokic has been the best basketball player in the world since 2021. He has one. He might win another. He's not winning 4 titles. He's not winning 3 titles. Are we going to look back with him with, he might possibly win 2 more MVPs at the rate this goes, whatever else, would be like, you know what? He only won 2 titles, so therefore we're going to put him behind some of these people that he has like twice as many MVPs as. That's dumb. Because it's not like he's getting to the playoffs and he's not performing well. He still has his number. He still does what he does in the playoffs compared to the regular season.
And
there's no drop off.
He's gonna blow like all these like if you just lay him and Tim Duncan's stats down on paper, like he's gonna fucking destroy. He's gonna destroy Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like what they do, I didn't even get to the worst part of this yet, of this top 10, 11. Shaquille O'Neal is number 6 over Tim Duncan, right. Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Steph, and Kobe.
Now, tell me, now explain to me how the biggest like knock against Shaq when it comes to his historical ranking is he got swept 6 times. So
that's crazy.
This nigga played with this nigga played with the 11th best player of all time and got swept twice? 3 times? Twice or 3 times?
He got swept in 99 with the Lakers.
98 too, right?
Yep, 98. Got swept.
So they got swept twice.
Got swept in 96 by the Bulls.
While
he had Penny.
I'm saying with Shaq. I'm sorry, with Kobe is what I mean.
He got swept twice in 98 and 99.
So he's playing with the 11th greatest basketball player of all time, and he got swept twice. Why is he 6? Why is the guy that got swept 6 times in his prime number 6? That makes no sense. Why is a guy that didn't play to his potential? The only thing you have is, when he wanted to play at his best, nobody can stop him, but he only wanted to play his best, even 20% of the time?
Look, man, and
don't get me wrong.
Look, if you're the person in the finals is guarding you was Rick Smits and Jason Collins, you better fucking do work. Like,
now don't get me wrong. I am sympathetic towards Shaq because they completely officiated. Completely changed the way how they officiated in the post based off of Shaq. If they had if Shaq got the whistle that guys like Kareem had gotten, he would have averaged 45 points a game. He would have found every single motherfucker that was over 6'10" out in every single game. I'm aware of that. However, what we saw is what we saw, and what he dealt with is what he dealt with, and what the outcomes was the outcomes. And the outcomes was he had glaring holes in his game. If his game would not have translated in the future, he would have gotten worse over time. Like the time machine game, if you get rid of the time machine and you put him out here and he went out here guarding Tony Parker out to 15 feet, what do you think he's going to do in a deep drop against these NBA guards now?
Mike Bibby used to be giving Shaq hell.
I'm talking about defense. Look, Shaq would have been still the incredible, unstoppable force. He would have been on offense. But defensively, he would have given up just as much. The way people talk about Jokic, we've been talking about Shaq. As far as he ain't guard nobody.
Yep. And I don't know, man. Looking further down this thing, like I think the Jordan, LeBron, Kobe thing is a separate discussion from all this. I felt like that is like, you put that aside. Those are their own arguments. We'll do that another time. But this is like, so we don't talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar winning one championship and looking like he would never win one again until Magic Johnson showed up. We don't do that when he's winning the MVP in the playoff and not making the playoffs in the season. Like, some of that shit don't make sense that they did. It's just history, so it was written, but we don't ever think about that shit. Meanwhile, they didn't want to give Kobe Bryant an MVP in 2006. Like, all right. But Jerry West falls all the way down to 15 behind Oscar Robertson, which I don't love. Durant's at 13. Durant's a tough one, man.
Durant's a tough one because it's like, hey, man, what years are you actually picking Steph Curry in a vacuum over Durant? And it's not going to be most of the years of Steph Curry's career. So that's why it's tough when it comes to this. Like, he has the 2 titles. It's also like, hey, man, Durant had some bad luck. He's had some bad injury stuff, like or whatever else. It's really weird to do it with Durant. But like, I still think he still has some stuff he can add on or whatever, which is weird because he's my age. He's my age. I still think he can add some stuff with his Houston team. Yeah. So, I would handcuff Steph and Durant together. I would always have them tied together historically. Like, I would have Magic Johnson and Larry Bird handcuffed together historically. I'd have Shaq and Hakeem handcuffed together. I'd have Barkley, as you mentioned, Barkley and Karl Malone handcuffed together. I'd have Durant and Steph handcuffed together. I'm trying to think who else would I have handcuffed together in that way. But those are the people that be like, you got to have them next to each other. Like, right? There can't be anybody between them. They were too close historically, and it's always weird. So, that's how I'd have it. But like, I don't know where as far as wherever you rank them, but they got to be handcuffed together because like their careers are too similar. Like, but I would honestly, like, when I was doing this, I would just have Duncan and Kobe handcuffed together always. I just do that to make it simple. I don't have to, because it's splitting hairs. It's splitting hairs as far as like accomplishment versus, who was the better who's more skilled. Obviously Kobe, who had more success. Duncan always won 50 games. Kobe had Shaq. Duncan happened to beat him that one time. Like, it's just, and they both won 5 titles and all that kind of stuff. Duncan happened to win two MVPs. Kobe should have 2 MVPs. He has 1. It's like that for me.
Yeah.
But him not being, but I'm not doing this. Steph Curry has a better career or better basketball player than Kobe Bryant. I'm never doing that. No. Like, I said this to you when we were having this conversation. Like, Kobe Bryant had to shoot 27 times a game to get that 35 points back then or whatever else. Like, Steph Curry physically could not play a whole NBA 82 game schedule, shooting 20 to get up 27 shots a game. The kind of the amount of energy and wear and tear would take on his body for him to get up 27 of his shots, he wouldn't make it. He would break down before we even got to All-Star game. We're not talking about the same thing. Kobe Bryant was a whole different level of athlete than Steph Curry. It's not even, no. Like, so I understand that, like, in their peak years or whatever else, their numbers are comparable, but it's like, yeah, they're comparable offensively. Kobe Bryant was one of the better defenders ever. Steph Curry was out here getting picked on. They lost 2016 finals because they was taking turns off, because LeBron and Steph and Kyrie Irving were taking turns off his ass. No.
Yeah. Like, it's, I think just looking elsewhere on this list, Dwayne Wade at 23 is pretty interesting. I kind of struggle with Wade because I feel like the injuries did a lot to his career. We saw what he looked like at his very, at the peak of his career. Then, of course, like, he kind of did the second banana thing. I don't know, man. Like, because, like, the best of that guy was really fucking great. And then I just struggle to feel like he's that high, if that makes any sense.
So where is he? So here's the thing that's hard with when it comes to evaluating him. The shooting guards that are going to be high on the list after him. If you have a game for your life, you're going to trust him over some of these guys, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to compare the resume between James Harden and Dwayne Wade, or some young niggas going to see, like, yeah, he's clearly better than Dwayne Wade. I'm gonna say, you know what? In the regular season, you're probably absolutely right? Now, I will say this: there was never any point while Harden was finishing top 2 in MVP year in, year out for half a decade, anyone ever thought, or anyone ever fixed their mouth to say to me, you know what? That's the best basketball player in the league. No one ever dared say that he was better than Steph Curry, LeBron James, or Kevin Durant while that was happening. While he was racking up top 2 MVP finishes over and over and over and over again, right? But when it turned into that third weekend of April into May, every single time, bad things happened when it came to James Harden. And
Jim Harden, he turns to Jim Harden, in April.
So, and one thing you can't say, one thing you can say. Look, man, I saw those late 2010s Rockets teams, and I saw some of those post Shaq, pre-LeBron Miami Heat teams. What Dwayne Wade was carrying bullshit, and he would get to the playoffs, and he was giving niggas everything but getting past. Like that 2010? Yeah, 2010. That first round against the Eastern Conference
Celtics.
finalist, the Celtics. He took them to 7, didn't he?
I think
No, he didn't take him to 7.
no, they only went to 5.
No, he didn't take him to 7. I'm sorry, I said it back. But he averaged over 30 easily.
Yeah.
He was great. Just the team sucked. Team sucked. And in the playoffs, he was always great when he was healthy and in his prime. There was no ever, he let them down in the playoffs year. That never happened when he was healthy and in his prime. Now, when he got older and his knees, when he started aging like a dog, that's different. But I saw that dude coming off that 08 Olympics in 2009, 2010, and on any given night, you did not you did not know for sure who was the best basketball player in the world between him, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James. You could have never said that about James Harden. So I ain't trying to hear it. When it comes to, the people want to put James Harden over him, and like, if you want to get into it as well, right? There's no reason to put when you look at resumes, there's no reason to put Kawhi Leonard in front of James Harden, except for I saw the playoffs. So I saw the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard is above James Harden. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how many games he's missed.
Yeah. Who else? I feel like John Havlicek is kind of low for historically.
Yep.
The amount of winning that he did.
7 or 8 titles. Which one was it?
I
7 or 8.
think he won 7 championships. And basically like was scoring all them points in the 60s and making like, clutch plays, and then doing it in the 70s as he was the man.
And was a good defender.
Yeah. I think Havlicek should get a little bit more love there. Like, here I am advocating for a Celtic, so can't say I'm impartial.
Well, you did just shit on Bill Russell's legacy, so you gotta make up for it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Look,
like,
where is Sam Jones? Sam Jones all the way down at 85, but Bill Russell just by himself at 5. That damn great. You know what that reminds me of? Yeah, Outkast, the greatest rap group ever. It's just Andre 3000 all by itself. But what about Big Boy? Never mind all that. This is Andre 3000. This Bill Russell. Like, that's what that shit sounds like.
Here's my question, right? How often people have shat on Wilt Chamberlain as being a loser, right? We just talking about these 60 Celtics. Hey man, in that top 100, how many of them Warriors and Sixers are teammates of Wilt Chamberlain is there on this list?
I see Hal Greer on there. I see Jerry
Anybody
West.
Else?
I see Jerry West.
No, not Lakers. Not Lakers. I'm talking about when Wilt Chamberlain was out here going and losing before the finals to Bill Russell. That's what I mean.
I think it's gonna just be Hal Greer on there.
Oh, okay. Such a fucking loser. It might just be that he's playing with John Havlicek and shit. It might just be that. It might just be that he's playing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting how they do this.
I think he played with Billy Cunningham too in the Sixers, but not on this list, as you mentioned.
Right.
I see Pau Gasol all the way down there at number 62, so that's interesting. I think Joel Embiid's way too high at 66. I find it interesting.
I think he's way too low. You want to know why I say he's way too low?
Why?
Look who's directly in front of him.
Vince Carter.
I'm sorry, I saw both of their primes. At what point was Vince Carter ever even close to the level of perennial MVP candidate that Embiid was for half a decade? I'm sorry, did I miss something here?
Yeah.
Vince on there for compiling. Oh, I played 20 years.
Played 20 years, best dunker, very photogenic as a basketball player, I'd say. Style-wise, Bill Walton's way too high at 55. I love Bill Walton. Thought he was great. It's only a couple years. Come on, y'all. Like, interesting. Klay Thompson is way too low. No, like, they did way too much winning for him to be at number 98. Nah.
My question is, how is he below Draymond Green? What?
I have no fucking idea, bro.
I saw them play together for a decade. Or almost a decade. You get my point. That's absurd.
Tony Parker feels kind of low. Just saying, 86.
Especially as good as Tony Parker had gotten, and was he at one point by the time we got to 12, he was the best player on the Spurs.
Mm.
Like that, like he was a player
no
on
one
that
thinks
Spurs
about
team.
this. No one ever thinks about this, James. Clyde Drexler at 39 feels very high.
That,
You telling me he's better than Russell Westbrook?
not in my list.
Just
like Mark Jackson, not in my locker room, not on my list.
yeah.
No, I'm not putting Clyde Drexler nowhere in my top 40. You got me. Hell no.
I'm getting asked,
Absolutely not.
is Manu on the list? Manu is on the list, but I feel like he was way too low. He was another on my way too low list. Manu Ginobili was number 75 on here. Look, man, you give me if you tell me who the fuck I have to face, do I want to go against Manu Ginobili?
Or Clyde Drexler?
I'm gonna just say it. Manu Ginobili. Hold on. Manu Ginobili or James Harden? I'm taking Manu Ginobili. I'm taking Manu Ginobili. This nigga terrified. This nigga
playoff games.
This nigga is responsible single-handedly for the deconstruction of USA basketball. That nigga's got to go way the fuck up there. I'm sorry. I know he's a six man. His career doesn't make no fucking sense because of that. But that nigga was that nigga, bro. Manu Ginobili was that. He was a terrorist.
I remember before, like, Wade. Remember that stretch of time where like Wade wasn't healthy. It was like people were asking, like, "Hey, is he as good as Dwayne? Is he better than Dwayne Wade?" And I was like, "No." But the part where it's like, I didn't feel like it was like, "Get the fuck out of here" for even suggested. I was like, just no. Like, he was a pick your spots all-star, or I'm sorry, he was on Mount Olympus of pick your spots. Like it was really nasty what he was doing on those like mid 2000s Spurs teams. He was like he was Duncan was still the guy, but like from the perimeter, it was him over Tony Parker. Tony Parker hadn't taken the reins
that
yet.
Nigga was closing finals games. Like
yeah.
Like he was a cold dude. Heartless. Look, the long hair Manu, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people forgot. Because he aged poorly too.
Look,
right?
why?
So,
because he was an athlete. Like, and it didn't look. Yeah. He didn't look like he came in that package. But no, that nigga will bang on your ass.
Yep,
the wrong way.
Like Manu and Ray and like Miami Heat, Ray Allen were two guys like or prime Manu and like Miami Heat, Ray Allen were two guys who was like, you just weren't expecting him to come dunk on you, and then all of a sudden. He's on your ass, and he's just
prime Ray
the
Allen.
rim.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Prime Ray Allen.
No, remember those like finals runs? Like Ray Allen had a couple dunks in them runs.
I forgot.
Heat runs.
I forgot that.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wait, what?" You were just shocked. The one that I told you about that pissed me off. Luka's way too low.
At 57,
you can't be first. You can't win you can't be first team All NBA 5 straight years, half a fucking decade, and be
pretty much
placed
start
only
your
at
career.
57.
And you've gone to the finals before.
Made another, and that wasn't your first Final Four that he made. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he's had one of the like 15 greatest offensive starts of a career in NBA history. And I'm probably underselling. It's probably dozen. It's probably 10, not just 15. I'm being very conservative with it. Like, nah, man. Like, next year, if he comes out here, he's first team All-NBA and he wins the scoring title, no, people going to be like, oh, back to regular schedule programming.
That's what it feels like is going to happen, too.
Right. But Nico Harrison wanted him to go out there and fucking tear his Achilles.
Grant Hill being at 79 is absurd. It's just the way his career played out. Like, no. Like, he shouldn't even be in the top 100. Like...
Well, yeah. But it's a... He played for a long time even after his prime got robbed of him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also that. So the people remember, like, when he was a Piston, he was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I had brought up, Why wouldn't Meow
another
Ming
one.
be on this list?
He has a argument. I talked to you about this one too, and don't talk about the historical pairing of people, right? Paul George and Jimmy Butler at the end of this list in the 80s or 79. Paul George is 78 and Jimmy Butler is 83. Hey man, you ever heard of the postseason? Niggas, like Jimmy Butler took 2 undermanned teams to the finals. I saw that dude go toe to toe with an all-time LeBron James game and beat it. Game 5 of the 2020 NBA Finals. That was one of the greatest back and forths we've ever seen. Jimmy Butler beat him in that game. But now LeBron won the war because by the time he got to Game 6, LeBron had cooked it, or Jimmy Butler had nothing left in the gas tank, and they won. But my point still stands.
The Miami Heat niggas was dropping like flies, like by the time the finals came.
Yeah, and also AD was kicking Bam's ass up and down the floor in that series. Oh my goodness! But still, my point is, we've seen there's a such thing as playoff Jimmy. But when we talk about playoff P, that's a joke. We talk about how that's a joke. We laugh at that. They even brought that up.
So last night I said, let my old head tendency sweet. Bob McAdoo at 61 is somehow low. Victim of the 70s. I just think the 70s sucks. Like, and it's just like,
era. Like all them
ABA,
leagues,
cocaine,
and drugs.
ABA, cocaine, tragic injuries.
Them trying to, the league turning blacker and blacker, and white people not wanting that is perception. It hurts. It hurts.
No consistent champions. Like Celtics got 2.
Yep. That's what's hurting this era.
Yeah,
but these guys aren't on drugs like that.
It's gonna be really interesting to reevaluate, like, because I saw like a clip of like the Bucks Suns finals the other day on Twitter, and I was like,
fever dreams. It seems like a fever dream, don't it?
This feels so long ago. Like, just like the way the league
4 years ago,
the league has just turned over that much, where it's like, oh my fucking god! Like the Suns, like you see how they're blowing the shit up right now. Like, and you see what the Bucks look like, and it's just like, like we're gonna have no idea how to be like. We're just gonna be like, fuck. The second April just destroyed every fucking team that we thought was good at any time, and overall made the sport worse. Right. And tougher to evaluate historically.
So looking honest, Giannis is 24.
That seems like a completely.
That's ridiculous.
That seems like a completely dopey rating. That is like, oh, we're just gonna throw a dart, and wherever he lands, we'll just put him there, because it's
I don't care that he played like 18 years and he never got hurt, and he always was 20. He always was 25 and 12. I don't give a fuck. There is no, or 20 years. I don't give a fuck. Giannis Antetokounmpo
is better than Karl Malone.
He's a better basketball player than Karl Malone.
Correct.
I saw him close out a finals with a 50 piece.
Well, I saw Karl Malone close out a finals by falling on the ground and handing the ball to Michael Jordan, James. That's how I saw Karl Malone close out an NBA Finals.
Like, nah, man. Like, I'm sorry. He's Giannis, and Jokic is already at 17. But like, nah, man. Giannis and Jokic are both inside the top 20 all time basketball players. They're both in the teens right now. They're both in the teens. Like, Jokic is in front of him, but you get my point. Like, like you are shortchanging what you are short. Like, for a list that seems like they favor peaks over longevity in certain spots, except for outliers like Grant Hill and Vince Carter. Like, it seems like they just said, Jokic and what Giannis and Jokic did. Like, nah, we y'all got to add 2 more years of this on. It's like their prime or their peak years or in runs are as strong as these guys that are in front of him.
Yeah.
In some cases, stronger. Nah, man, I'm not buying the. I know what's called said this. Mad Dog Russo on the show on First Take. He said that stupid shit. Said like, no, oh my god, it's not even a comparison between Dr. J and Giannis. I was like, you're right. Giannis has had a way better career than him. Way better career. You know who couldn't win a fucking finals without Moses Malone? You know who could? Giannis did. He didn't need a fucking MVP to come in to win him his title as the second best player on that team.
That's funny. Um, there's a lot of Dr. J, Steph Curry comparisons with like Kevin Durant and Moses Malone. Um, like if you think about like this MVP caliber player comes in, the beloved person in the town. There's just this gentleman that everybody loves. Everybody loves Dr. J. Everybody loves Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
It'll always be their team, but there's something there. I think
There's parallels there, definitely in that comparison. The problem is Steph Curry held up his end of the bargain way better than Dr. J did. So there's that. There's that. Like in this position, like it'd be like is if like Moses left, right? He left again, and then the Sixers won another title.
Yeah.
2022 happened.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. Like, cause like I don't know, I never had a reason to see Steph Curry as the quote unquote enemy of Kobe or anything. It's because it's like one. It really
they're not even the same. They're both guards. That's where the comparison stops.
Yeah, like that's pretty much it. So it's like I never really had a reason to like tear down his career or anything, but like just when you it would have never even crossed my mind to be like, oh yeah, he's better than Kobe. No, like fuck no.
And I know you always talk about this as far as like the opposite or like the fan bases or whatever else. And man, that Kobe fan base, they love them some Steph Curry. Look, the Warriors helped keep that nigga LeBron from winning more titles for a long time. So it's like keep him the good work. And look, right. So now all of a sudden this list come up and be like, hey, hold on, hey, fuck Steph Curry. Like it's really weird. It's really weird.
Hey, yeah. And that brings it back to that thing I told you about with Bleacher Report and like the dark forces behind this list and who may be responsible doing what. So like it's interesting, man. There's a lot of investments tied up in LeBron James led companies that lead the Bleacher Report, which I don't know. What's going on here. Yeah, like there's a whole thing here that is dark forces at play. So,
So my thing is, I there could be something to that, but I don't know why that would affect Kobe Bryant, but not affect LeBron, because LeBron's still second on his list.
I think you got to be able to throw the sun off a little bit and work it from like different angles or whatever. It's like you just want to come out and just say, all right, he's over fucking Jordan, right? Like we'll save that. We'll do that another time. Like we'll save that for Nick Wright and we'll let them do that on their end. But on this one, we're gonna turn just like how I think LeBron secretly came to the Lakers to try to court the Kobe Bryant fan base. Like, in a way, if you can start making Curry and Kobe compete against each other historically, whatever, that just allows you to just slip out the back door and be like, oh, I don't have to deal with none of them or whatever. Like,
so, I think what you just said about he was trying to court the Kobe Bryant fan base, I think that's absolutely true. But the thing is, what he didn't anticipate was that I don't think he was trying to court the Kobe Bryant fan base. I think he was trying to court the Laker fan base, right? Like, so for example, the reason why so many people were pissed off, and I talked to you before, off air. The reason why people pissed off about the decision was because it went directly in opposition to all these other major fan bases, right? The Knicks thought they were going to get him. They never got him. So it was like, so New York was like, fuck him. Chicago thought they were going to get him. So they were like, so Bulls fans were like, fuck him. Immediately made it harder for Boston and all Boston media in Bristol, Connecticut, in that media market it made it harder for them to possibly win an extra title. So fuck him. And then it pissed off Lakers fans / Kobe fans because that team is now going to be in the way of the Lakers and Kobe and Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom. So it was like the major fan base in the sport were all pissed off by a decision of him going to Miami. So now flash forward, he goes back to Cleveland. That gets the national media that has no investment in it off his back or whatever else that were upset. Macy looking around at all these other major fan bases being upset. And so he wins the title. They're like, that's, came back 3-0, this huge thing, whatever else. He beat the 7-3 win team, whatever. Now he goes to the Lakers, like, he was trying to court. He did try to court that fan base, and I think he did it successfully. But I think what he didn't expect was there are Lakers fans and there are Kobe Bryant's fans, and I don't think he never necessarily understood that or thought that like over time he would win them over. That was never he didn't. I don't think he accounted for the part where that was never happening. That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
Like he didn't think that what do you call it? What does Tony Khan call the super fans? He say he books for them the freaks,
the sickos.
He didn't account for there being Lakers sickos, and there's a lot of sickos. So it is what it is.
Look, them Laker fans that be in the 300 sections, like, there's a different breed, bro. Like you just not gonna mean what Kobe did to them. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like,
I don't think he expected that, but I thought he.
I think a lot of I don't even think necessarily he thought it. I think the people that like follow him thought that, be like, oh, it's LeBron, and niggas is like, so like.
I mean, obviously the internet is the internet, but like every day or every week I see something, I'm like, yo, they forget the like they begrudging respect or won them over is like, nah, it's like it was like, hey man, you had no business being
even
a basketball player. You had no business being a basketball player. They gave any opposition to Kobe. It's like, that's weird.
I mean, I'll hear him out.
They never even played the finals. It's weird.
Let's hear him out.
Like, what are you doing with a career head-to-head record over 500 against Kobe Bryant? Fuck you forever. It's just funny. Like, and I think I told you recently, like when I was watching when I was up there for your birthday and we were watching that how hard the Yankees fans gave A-Rod shit. Well, it's like a lot. I see. It's not apples and oranges. They didn't play together, but like I see a lot of the, you're just not Jeter. You're just not Jeter. It's like you can't win. He captured their imagination first. You can't recapture imagination. It don't work like that. Just don't.
Tough break, nigga. Like, it's always FUBU. But I would suggest
my favorite part is like when the Kobe fans be like, that bubble ring. They disregard. Look. They be out here. Look,
get that shit out of here.
You separate the LeBron discussion, right? And you get to the whole like you start talking. A Lakers fan talks to a Celtics fan, right? And they'll start talking about like the them titles from post from before the Civil Rights Act and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And talk about the numbers or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they'll have those conversations talking to Celtics fans. And we'll count that 2020 title. Yeah. But then it gets to talk about. But then once it gets back to LeBron, it's like, no, that shit fake.
Your title fake. Look, the Los Angeles Lakers organization won the championship. What's that old quote? Organizations win championships.
Okay. Oh yeah. What's your boy name?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause. Yeah.
That's an easy one to explain. Like, nigga.
Boy.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck. But oh man, well, Jordan on top. What do you say? Like, it's real hard to just leap over that guy, bro. Like, it's just,
hey man,
it ain't
LeBron James had the greatest basketball career of all time, no question. If they gave me my list, you know what I would have put? You know what I would have ranked it?
What?
I still have Jordan number 1.
The fuck?
Like I just said to you, LeBron James is the only person I think with like 20,000 points, 20,000 career points, 10,000 career assists, 10,000 career rebounds. He's also in that same list when you add those same rebounds and assists for 30,000 and now 40,000. That greatest career ever. I still don't think at his peak he was better than what I saw out of Jordan as far as dominance. I was a kid. I'm aware of the expansion stuff, the diluted the diluted talent, all that stuff. The guys, the back crop of late 80s draft, like making it to where like there were no all-stars that should have came up and been, you know, combatants to that.
Challengers.
Yeah, I get all that. I get all that. I'm still. Look, I grew up in the propaganda. I still. Look. Do I need to go? Do I need to go buy me the Michael Jordan Wings poster? I need to go do that.
I would have loved it.
I need to go buy me an Air Jordan poster. Sorry.
I'll say this, Mike, and Jordan fans and stuff like that. I wish Kobe Bryant got to play in the '90s. I wish Kobe Bryant got to go against them niggas on the wing that he got to go against. Stuff I've been saying my whole life, but now we wanna realize the difference of who is going against who. Like let's think about all the great shooting guards of all time. How many of them did Michael Jordan play against?
Drexler, and it's Drexler.
Meanwhile, on the wing,
Iverson, Vince Carter, Ray Allen.
This who Kobe Bryant going to war with every year for all NBA spots. Like, it's different in the 2000s, bro. It's different. I'm sorry, man. It just is.
And quite honestly, like, shooting guard was really weird because, like, as you mentioned, it was loaded, and then, like, by the time it got to the late 2000s, it was Barron.
Hume. And then it was like
the
James
early 2000s,
Harden.
it was loaded, and then yeah, you don't even throw T-Mac to that too because he was going between shooting guard and small forward as well. And then all of a sudden, like T-Mac went down. Brandon Roy had his knees or whatever else. Ray Allen, he's older. Like, and then all of a sudden, like we were just waiting. Like we were just waiting for his shooting guard to come into that spot that like post Wade, post Kobe, and it ended up being Harden. And then Kawhi showed up. But like, it was Harden was like, as soon as he's in Houston, it's like, oh, that dude's getting them all NBA spots at guard.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think the first week of him in Houston, we were like, oh my God, he's making all NBA. I think we said that.
Yeah. Like, this nigga's an MVP candidate.
We didn't even think he was going to be that good. He just became a perennial MVP candidate. That's nuts.
Steve Nash, 35.
Boy, if Presti hadn't had this run, boy, they would have made documentaries on his ass in Oklahoma City, boy.
Like, this man's a grifter. This man had all this fucking talent, all these fucking draft picks, never fucking used them, never cashed in, never won.
Do you remember? You might not remember this. 2014. This is the year when like Ibaka gets hurt, right? And like they play the Spurs and they lose the Thunder. I mean, you had a conversation like, bro, I don't think they're ever going to win. And then they, the next year, I think it was the Westbrook injury, the second Westbrook injury, and then 16. That was their only year after that finals where like Westbrook, Ibaka, and Westbrook, Ibaka, and Durant were all healthy, and then they fucking blow a 3-1 series to the Warriors. They never play together ever again. It's like, oh,
never mind.
Yep.
Never mind. Yeah. Chris Bosh, shout out to him, number 71.
Yeah, some spots on these lists look like they're just like we know these people need to be on this list, but we don't know where to put them, so we're just gonna group them all together. So like, for example, you look at that spot of or that run of 37 through 44 of Bob Cousy, Bob Pettit, Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing, Rick Barry, George Gervin, Walt Frazier, and George Mikan. That screams to me people that need to be in these be mentioned in this top 50, but we don't know where to put them. Let's throw them all together.
Yep. And
that's a whole bunch of hodgepodge right there to me.
Interesting. Very interesting. Jason Kidd at 33. I feel like Kidd is like, I don't even know how to describe Jason Kidd anymore to people. Be like, yeah, this nigga was this 6'4" point guard, lightning fast, great defender, incredible passer, couldn't shoot a lick until he got old. And then it's like, and then you see his stats. His stats are like pedestrian when you look at him on paper or whatever. But it's like he's 33, and then he wins a title as a role player when he's old. And it's
if you watch the games, you saw him dominate games without scoring. He's one of the rare guys to ever do it. And I mean really dominate. I don't mean that fake Rondo dominate shit. Like actually dominate. Um. So here's one that's weird. A weird thought exercise, right? John Stockton 29, Chris Paul 30, Jason Kidd 33, Steve Nash 35, Gary Payton 53. Hey man, I saw Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, and John Stockton in the 90s, and I saw Gary Payton used to kick John Stockton's ass. What?
Stockton's a compiler, man.
He is.
He's a compiler.
But I also saw Gary Payton. I also saw Gary Payton used to kick John Stockton's ass.
2 finals trips.
Isaiah Thomas only 2 spots ahead. Only person. Sorry, Isaiah Thomas. Scottie Pippen is 1 person between him and John Stockton. How do you think Isaiah Thomas feels about seeing John Stockton only being that close to him on an all-time list?
I imagine Isaiah Thomas is not happy about that, and Isaiah Thomas should be probably higher on this.
If John Stockton's only 2 behind him, yeah, sure. The real answer is John Stockton needs to be lower. That's the real answer.
Isn't he the all-time leader in assists by like a mile?
Oh yeah, no one's breaking that.
Yeah.
That's almost as unbreakable as like Wilt averaging 40 for a season and then like LeBron's scoring record. Someone maybe will break that eventually, but it ain't gonna be nobody it won't be nobody soon.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I think he's getting a lot of credit for that.
What are we gonna give him? But what about the credit of like we saw him and Malone go out in the postseason and have a losing record career wise? What about that part?
Wasn't aware.
See them get their ass kicked left and right until the West got super weak, and they were only people around.
I mean, they swept Kobe and Shaq and Nick Van Exel and what's his name, Eddie Jones. Who else did we beat?
Because they swept 20-year-old Kobe Bryant.
I don't even know if he was 20.
Right.
He might have still been 19.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny. Alonzo Mourning at 87. I feel like, bro, Alonzo.
I don't know what to do with that.
I don't know what to do with Alonzo.
Do you think he's won 100 great basketball players all time? I don't.
If I think about, all right, who's better between him or Yao Ming? That's an interesting one. It's like, all right, I know he contributed to a championship team 2006, and he had a lot of great years before the kidney or whatever, and it's basically 99 through 2000.
Right, but there's also this part, right? When you go to the resume and you see that he finished like top 3 in MVP voting one year, go look at where they put Shaq, and then look at their numbers. The media fucked Shaq.
Yeah,
Alonzo Mourning had no business being voted that high, and I'm sure that's doing a lot of the carrying in like his accolades area.
I meant 93 through 2000 before the kidney. Like Alonzo Mourning used to be like,
yeah, he's
really
great,
good, really good.
Well, I wouldn't say great. He was really good because who was great, like the guys in the 90s that were better than him at center, like Elijah Wan and Patrick Ewing and David Robinson. Like we're talking about, like as I'm saying, like we're talking about like the fifth or sixth best center of the 90s / 2000s.
Yeah.
And if you want to include Duncan in that, then like it goes even lower.
Because I feel like they're gonna.
But he's on this list somehow.
It's like, all right, like
never played in the finals as like a top guy, top dog.
It's like, all right, like what if we compared him to like Karl Anthony Towns or something like that? And
I'll put him in front of Towns.
I'm like statistically, like I know the eras and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But Towns' numbers are like he's going to Hall of Fame. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's
all
like,
the shit Bomani Jones was talking about him and like him, whatever. Like nah, that dude's a future Hall of Famer. And he's had these 2 postseason runs back to back in 2 different conferences now. It's like, all right, man, I get it. Like, I get you can talk about what people are missing, but you're also forgetting to talk about what these people have. And that was a big part of like why we missed out on the Dirk stuff for so long. For a lot of people missing out on the Dirk stuff. I love Dirk, but my point, like people were calling him a loser was like, hey man, these teams aren't exactly built well around him. And then all of a sudden he goes crazy one year and beats Kobe, Durant, Westbrook, LeBron, Wade in one year. And now people got to be like, oh yeah, we kind of played him badly for most of his career.
I was pretty upset, Jen. You talking about what people didn't have and what they do have. And as we wrap this up, why don't we see Rudy Gobert on this list, James?
All right, man. All right. So there, at the end of this list, you'll see these top 100 guys on here, right? So,
that was a
like,
joke, by the way.
I know, but I'm continuing a joke. Like, you'll see like people like Draymond Green, like these people are Hall of Famers. But if you say 100 greatest basketball players of all time, it's like, no, man. Like I saw. And if this person was the best player in your team, you're never making the playoffs ever in any circumstance. You are always drafting top 10 in the draft every single year. So I'm not putting in a vacuum, great person to have on your team, but this dude ain't no table setter at all. Like, this dude is a supporting character on a dynasty. And it's okay to be a supporting character on a dynasty, and I'm probably shortchanging by saying supporting character. He's an important part of the dynasty, but like he's still at best the fourth or third most important player at any given time. But when Steph is out here with an injury riddled season, and Clay has torn his ACL and his Achilles and can't play that year, and Durant has left you, you get the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, the defensive guys, the guys that are here for their defense, like Draymond, and I don't know if Matumo's on here, but he's someone that gets on these lists for that kind of stuff.
81.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man, these dudes, if they're the best player on your team, you're not making the playoffs. Cut the shit. Sorry. Like, is Ben Wallace on here?
No.
Okay, Ben Wallace is someone that will end up on a list like this, too. It's like, no. Cut it. No, we can't do that. We can't do this all defense, no offense guy when offense is more important than defense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I guess we should wrap